What's up, Internet? It is another week, which means we got another nightly morning show for y'all. My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
We get Nerdy Nightly.
And we thought we'd share it with you.
Yeah. Good morning, Shin. Good morning, Rebel. How is everybody doing today?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. Our arms are very sore.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got the first shot of our vaccine yesterday. Look at that. Look at that little patch. Boom.
Can't, but that's fine.
Yeah, you have very long sleeves. No. This is not OnlyFans, Clarus.
Sorry. I'll keep it to the best friends page.
So we got our first shot of our vaccine yesterday.
We did.
High fives all around. And I don't feel good.
Nah. I actually feel okay. I feel tired.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you're hurting.
I'm like achy across my back, which is weird. And my shoulders, my arm, I didn't feel anything yesterday.
Sore.
I felt fine. And then today I'm like, ooh, my arm is achy, breaky, hard.
I tried to do yoga yesterday, and I was like, no,
understand.
not happening. Hi, Jurassic Hero. Hi, Nicholas Smith. Hi, Richard Sam.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Jurassic Hero says Disney is calling.
Disney is always calling me.
I don't know what that means.
I have to keep fighting them off.
They want us.
They just, they want me so bad.
They want to make the nightly morning show a Disney Plus exclusive.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, you know what, we need to hire you because, like, you would absolutely be the perfect, trying to think of a comical character, that I would not be perfect for.
Wow, you really crushed this.
You know what?
You did so well here.
Jokes are not my forte, so, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What?
You would be the perfect...
They actually want us to be the eels from The Little Mermaid.
It's, Jetsam and...
Flotsam or something.
Flotsam? Floatzel and Jetzel?
I don't know.
Flitzel and Witzel?
Yeah, exactly.
It's Flotsam and Jetsam, right?
I think so.
I've auditioned for that part before. I should know that.
Of course you have. I'd never actually... I watched The Little Mermaid, I think, like, once, a long time ago, and that's it.
There's nothing you love more as an actor than going in for an audition for Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid, and then getting a callback for the eels.
Sorry. So sorry.
Yeah. Miller, Hero Win in the chat is asking if we will set up these live streams the day before so you guys know when they are. We will, yes.
Yes, yeah.
I set it up like an hour ago, but in the future they will be set up further in advance. We're still learning how to use YouTube.
Yeah, we'll do it the night before, and we decided to start the morning shows at 10:30 from now on, because on Mondays there sometimes seem to be trailer drops or things that come out like right at 10 a.m., and we want to make sure that we are the most up-to-date for you guys. So, so there will be like a scheduled thing that goes out on Sundays that's like a countdown to the morning show or when it's going to air. We think we're going to do 10:30 just because stuff always seems to drop at 10 a.m. on Mondays. So.
Yeah, Sandra in the chat is saying that we would be the perfect Minnie and Mickey. Unfortunately, you're too tall.
Too tall?
You're too tall.
I thought 5'4" was the cap.
I thought 5'2" was the cap.
I thought it was 5'1" to 5'4".
Oh, see, I thought the cap was 5'2". I was like, I'm like over a foot too tall.
5'2" is Tinkerbell. But
you
yeah,
I can play. I'm pretty sure I can do the Beast.
You can do the Beast.
I can do Woody.
Gaston.
Woody and Buzz. No, I don't have the biceps for Gaston.
No, but I mean
those are real biceps.
Height-wise,
those have to be real biceps, and my biceps are like they're fine. You know, I can bench press you. So I'm like, as long as I can bench press Clarus, I'm a man.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Disney has a very...
What's wrong with me today?
Wait, we're vaccinated. The 5G's kicking in.
The 5G! Y'all, the radio signals in my blood.
No, Disney is very, very specific with their requirements for their characters. Like I think, like, Rapunzel can only be between, like, 5'2" and 5'5". Like, you're tall to ride
I wish I didn't think that was as funny as I think it is.
Shame on you.
David can cosplay Lady Dimitrescu. We should get me a white dress and
we'll do a reverse cosplay, and I'll play the guy.
You'll play Ethan Winters, so we'll cut off some of your fingers, and we'll... Wait, what?
Just wrap them.
Just wrap them. Yeah, just
and
get
you
like
can
banded.
be... Yeah! Oh my god, that's...
We should go as Ethan Winters as Lady Dimitrescu for Halloween.
That would actually be so cool.
That is such a funny idea, Rebel.
10 out of 10.
Oh my god, get me a wig and a claw hand and like a bright red lip.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We'll get one of those we'll get the fake boobs that men wear when they breastfeed their kids.
I love it. I love it.
We could be Popeye and Olive Oyl. I feel like I'm still too tall for Popeye. I feel like Popeye's a squat dude.
That's not Disney though.
Popeye?
Yeah.
I don't know who owns Popeye.
I don't think it's Disney.
I don't think it was originally Disney, but Disney might own them now because Disney owns everything.
That is true.
Oh.
Shin was asking how we feel, and we're good. Our arms are a bit sore, a little tired. David's sore, but we're good.
I'm achy, but I expect it's a vaccine. I expect it to be a little bit achy. That's life, and honestly, I cried, y'all. I teared up when I got it because there was something really, really special, truly about that moment for me.
It also stung.
No, that's not it. Like the amount of pain is nothing.
I'm totally teasing.
Popeye's owned by Warner Brothers, where we're going to be talking about who's going to own Popeye soon, because that's our big story of the day. Is who is going to own Warner Brothers, though. But we'll get to that in a second. I want to say, y'all, if you are hesitant about the vaccine, this really is our way towards the future to get out of this. And
I would like to hug all of you, so
yeah,
get vaccinated.
I want to go to a convention. I want to go to a convention so bad, and I can't do that unless other people get vaccinated. And honestly, like, I don't know what to say about it. I don't want to be preachy. I don't want to be like telling you what to do with your life, but it really is the best way that you can take care of the people that you care about.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly.
I'm happy I got it. It was a very emotional moment. I felt really, I don't know. I felt it. I recognized that it was a moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well.
Yes. Yep, 100%. Hello, Section Cup. Good morning.
What's up, Section Cup?
Yeah, it was, honestly, like, in the interest of honesty, was very anxious when I got there for some reason. I don't like needles, but that wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
Like, I just, and I don't really know why, but I'm so glad that I did it, and recommend that you do as well. Yeah. Because, when we're fully vaccinated, we're gonna hopefully be doing some travel, maybe go seeing some of our friends south of the border.
Atlanta. We got so many people in Atlanta now.
Yeah, or Houston, or I don't know. Literally, like we have people all over the place, and that's that's something that we're hoping that we can make work.
Miller, I'm sorry that you've only hugged your wife in a year and a half, but your wife is awesome. So Ro is the best.
Yeah.
Should we get into some news?
Yeah.
Should we go straight to the title story?
Sure. I mean,
this is huge, y'all. This is like really big and kind of crazy. So, those of you who follow the financials around the movie making industry, like I do, you're a bunch of nerds.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. You're a bunch of nerds, but you're my favorite people on Earth, so like it's fine.
Nerds are the best.
So we found out 3 years ago that AT&T wanted to buy Warner Brothers, and this was huge, right? Because this was very controversial. AT&T was sued by the Justice Department over antitrust for this, and had to prove that it wasn't a monopoly, that it wasn't creating a monopoly, and that it wasn't going to create a bad situation for its customers.
Yeah.
That this wouldn't create a situation where they would be able to charge whatever price they wanted for things, and they were like, no, we're gonna be great, we're gonna make money, but we're gonna like create HBO Max, and everyone's gonna love it. That was 3 years ago, and at the time, AT&T bought Warner Brothers for $85 billion. Now,
that's a hefty sum.
You would think that in the intervening years, Warner Brothers would have become more valuable, right? You've got HBO Max now. You have this huge streaming service. They've got the DC movies kind of going now. Like,
Yeah.
we've got a bunch of DC movies coming out in the next few years. It looks like Suicide Squad is probably going to make some money. That movie looks amazing.
Yeah.
Shazam 2's coming. Aquaman was a $1 billion movie. It looks like Warner Brothers has some stuff going for it. They've announced they're doing they're announced a Harry Potter TV show, which, but people will watch it.
I know.
So you would think that Warner Brothers would be worth more now than it was in 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Warner Brothers is being sold for $43 billion. About half. About half.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that huge drop in price. I'm racking my brains and I'm trying to think like what could possibly and hey, maybe AT&T like way overpaid for Warner Brothers when they bought it.
Mm-hmm.
It does not bode well for the company. It makes me nervous.
Well, it's really interesting, right? Because you have to kind of ask what was going on 3 years ago that would have ballooned the idea of Warner Brothers, because I guess you had the Justice League 1 had just, or the Joss Whedon version of Justice League had just come out, which was kind of a flop. Game of Thrones was coming to an end, so like HBO was riding a huge wave at that point, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a huge drop for a company. Maybe
the big drop actually has to do with the J.K. Rowling and Fantastic Beasts stuff.
I don't think so, because I don't think financially that has impacted as much as people think it has.
I'm not saying it's impacted hugely, but now creating Harry Potter content is not safe anymore. Like it used to be.
That's true. Crimes of Grindelwald was a flop.
Yeah,
in this time. That is actually interesting. We
used to be at a point where making anything Harry Potter would make you money and everybody would love it.
Mm-hmm.
That was just how it worked. And now that's not the case anymore. And I'm sure that is not the reason for that big of a drop, but I am sure that it contributes to it. Because, there are enough people out there who have made their voices heard and said, we will not be supporting this anymore. And there's no way they could ignore that or not see it. Enough people have said, have come out and like publicly spoken about it, that it is like common knowledge, I want to say. So it's not like they're ignorant to it.
Good call, Rebel Trooper. I forgot to turn on the headline on the bottom bar.
Oh, good call.
Bringing up the controversy though is actually interesting, right? Because there is actually another controversy going on within Warner Brothers right now, which is the Ray Fisher scandal, and the Zack Snyder, Joss Whedon Justice League scandals.
Warner Brothers isn't really like clean right now. You know, like they have
it's true.
They have a lot of work ahead of them to kind of scrub up their image, because right now they're looking like the bad guys. Yeah,
that's actually really interesting. That is a really interesting idea. I wonder how much the talk of race and the ways in which Warner Brothers has mishandled it.
Yep.
Has mishandled its relationship with its creators of color. Is impacting the value. And that would actually be a very interesting metric to look at right now. As we're going into this next phase of entertainment, post-pandemic, a pandemic that brought to light a lot of racial inequities within the industry. One of the arguments that has always been made by people I don't personally agree with, but they do make the argument that if content with people of color in it made money, people would make that content, right? This is the thing that we always hear. Well, no. I don't agree with these people. I'm just saying that they're like, well, if women's superhero movies made money, we'd have women's superhero movies, but they don't, so we get. And I don't agree with them, but that's the thing they keep saying. If Warner Brothers is losing money because of the way, if Warner Brothers is worth half as much, and the big reason is because of the way that it handled situations surrounded by race, then what that says to me and about the future of the industry is that companies are going to have to take notice that the way that you treat people based on their race, their sexuality, these things, their gender identity, it's going to impact your bottom line. It is no longer something that you can ignore because, well, financially we're okay. This is part of the financials of being an entertainment company now. And if that is the case, if that is a big part of why this is such a huge financial drop-off from before. That, in a weird way, is encouraging to me that we are going to see more socially conscious behavior behind the camera and on sets.
Absolutely.
And actors and actresses will be able to, you know, exist within the entertainment ecosystem in a safer way, which I think is really important.
Yeah, chat, if you have any ideas as to why you think that their value dropped by half,
please let us know. Yeah,
drop them in the chat. But this might potentially be good news. Not obviously good news for Warner Brothers, but this might be good news for, I don't want to say like humanity, but like
the all important entertainment industry.
Well, no, and here's the thing: entertainment look, nobody wants to go to a 9 to 5 every day and then have nothing to come home to and enjoy. Like, you know, art and entertainment and stuff. That's what makes life worth living for a lot of people, and in a lot of senses. No, I'm just like,
look at how self-important the actress is.
Okay, this is not. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, if I went to go work at a desk job and I came home and I was like, wow, what am I gonna do with myself?
Play video games.
Well, yeah, video
Play
games,
Skyrim.
Entertainment. You know, like there's things that like bring me joy, and maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but those are the things that bring me joy.
Well, that was a new voice.
What?
That was I have not heard you talk like that before.
I don't know.
I like that. Bring that back.
Sometimes things just happen.
Wow. I think we just found a new TikTok character.
I'm not Call Me Chris. I don't have characters. That woman is talented. I cannot do what they do.
I get what you're saying, and I totally appreciate that. I don't know. I want to bring up who they're selling it to, because we've been talking about this for I think like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think Jurassic Hero said like Disney should buy them, but that would definitely be a monopoly.
Disney should buy them so we can get Avengers versus Justice League. No, because the Avengers would win. The movie Avengers. Comic book Justice League wins. Movie Avengers wins.
Okay, fair enough. But no, they cannot own that. I don't think they can own any more of the entertainment industry.
No. That would be a monopoly. Disney buying
an undeniable monopoly.
Warner Brothers would destroy the industry, because Disney would be able to do whatever it wanted. Like no one. The problem, Disney's already too big, right? Disney already owns about 60% of the box office market share.
Yeah.
Or like 55-60%.
Oh, it's over 50, and that's a problem.
Yeah, and so like directors, actors, you can't really negotiate with Disney because you either work with them or you don't.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is they're selling this to Discovery.
Discovery?
Yeah, Discovery. The Discovery, like Discovery Television. Discovery
like the
has
Discovery Channel.
That is part of the Discovery brand, yes.
Okay.
But Discovery has a really like a huge international footprint. So part of what's interesting about the merger of Warner Brothers and Discovery is the global possibilities of this merger and this company moving forward are massive, right? As far as trying to get HBO Max into more households outside of North America, a partnership with a company like Discovery is actually a really good way to do that. They are really well known internationally.
Absolutely.
And so you could do a lot with that. The question really is going to be, will the American government allow Discovery to buy Warner Brothers? Because these are two massive media franchise or entertainment companies.
Yeah. And
just because Discovery isn't Disney size, Discovery's huge, right?
Yeah.
Discovery is a really massive platform. Kushal in the chat says, isn't Discovery also releasing a streaming service of their own? They actually already have. Discovery Plus exists.
Okay.
Whether or not it will continue to exist, or whether that will become part of HBO Max, or who knows.
Or like an add-on kind of thing. You have to have HBO Max if you want to have Discovery, and then it's an extra like $5.
Like what Disney Plus does with Hulu and ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
How it's a bundle for $12. The really interesting thing here is there is going to be antitrust questions about this, because Discovery's huge, Warner Brothers is huge.
They're definitely going to have to prove that they can buy it, for sure. But I think that they'll win, if that makes sense. I think that the question is going to be thrown, but I think that they're going to win.
Part of me wonders if Warner Brothers is actually worth more. There just isn't anyone who wants to buy it, and AT&T just want it out.
Maybe.
Because honestly, I don't know what you're buying if you buy Warner Brothers right now. You're not buying brands that are in good standing.
Well, Game of Thrones, people are still excited for. I know that they left people off, well, a lot of people off on a bad foot. But
see, I don't think so. I honestly think, like, I'm really excited for House of the Dragon.
So
but I don't think most people are. I don't see the hype online for it.
Really?
I think that we will when if the trailers were out right now, we would see it, right? But like, if you're looking at right now, what are the 3 biggest Warner Brothers franchises, right? DC, which is, you cannot open a single trade publication without seeing something about the executives being racist.
Yeah.
Harry Potter is owned by a transphobic woman. I guess, like, Dune is coming, which is exciting, but
that's not like,
who knows if it's gonna make any money, because the first one didn't.
Yeah.
What are the other big ones? Godzilla vs. King Kong just made money, but that's they don't have any more movies coming from that franchise.
Yeah.
Like, what are you buying? You're buying Game of Thrones? People go online, say Game of Thrones in an online forum, and then duck and cover, because it gets insane. It gets crazy online, right? And so you have Warner Brothers is in a weird place of, like, what are you buying?
Yep, that's true.
You're buying HBO Max, which has 14 million subscribers, I think. That's not a competitive... HBO Max isn't competitive right now.
Yeah. I can't think of any other, like, huge Warner Brother properties off the top of my head. I'm sure that they exist, but, like, I'm, like, trying to think.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that Fast and Furious is Universal. Is Jurassic Park Warner Brothers? Or Jurassic Park might also be Universal. Yeah.
They have their whole setup at Universal Studios.
Right.
That's how I know.
But also Harry Potter is set up at Universal Studios, so.
Yeah, but that was like I'm talking about Jurassic Park has been there forever, so.
So like, The Conjuring has been nothing but hits. Caleb Richardson is absolutely right. The Conjuring.
It's true. They have some horror stuff.
And you know what? That's actually interesting. The Conjuring is a good template for a franchise that Discovery could do really well with. Huge international hit, not super expensive, right? Your budget isn't in the $250 million range, but you're still making hundreds of millions of dollars off of it. Horror movies make money, y'all. Yeah. Horror movies are where the cash is at. In like early, there's a reason you see a lot of filmmakers who get their start as an indie horror filmmaker, who then get a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Because it is an easy transition, or it's easier to make a solid 4-quadrant tentpole horror movie for like $1 million than it is to make any other movie for $1 million. Kushal is saying Game of Thrones is filled with the most level-headed, absolutely non-irritable fan base. Hashtag sarcasm. Or
fine,
slash sarcasm.
I'll leave.
Game of Thrones is tough. I love it, but it's
definitely not level-headed.
You are not
or
level-headed.
rational.
No. Should we talk about some other streaming service news though? I feel like we got into that, right?
Yeah, that's kind of that. I feel like that kind of covers everything.
Yeah. No, there's actually one more part of this.
Oh.
AT&T is losing a lot more money than we think. Because they also bought DirecTV for $67 billion before they bought Warner Brothers. And they just sold DirecTV. How much do you think they sold DirecTV for?
They bought it for $67 billion?
Yep. How many $billion? They sold it for at least $1 billion.
Did they get at least $10 billion?
Nope.
Oh, rough.
They bought DirecTV. It's close. They bought DirecTV for $67 billion, and they sold it for $8.
Rough.
They lost $59 billion on DirecTV.
That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's like.
But collectively, between these two sales, and they have lost $100 million.
Billion.
$100 billion. Thank you. My mouth couldn't even say the word because it's too big a number.
$100 billion.
They've lost $100 billion.
Yeah. Wow.
In fake stock market money,
AT&T,
not like real money.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Suddenly everybody's phone bill is going to be like $200 a month.
Like, we got to make up for this loss. That's what the 5G chips are for.
That's what the 5G chips are for. Oh, man, that makes me sad.
I'm sorry. I should stop joking about it because some people actually think that's true.
I know, but it's not.
I don't know.
Where is this one?
I don't know. Which,
I don't think I... Damn it.
Added it? Alright, just keep this one up then, and we'll talk.
In other streaming service news, CBS. If you guys follow television, we don't talk a lot about like television renewals and stuff like that, but it is that time of year. We're finding about TV renewals. We're finding about a lot of things like that. And what's interesting is we found out that 2 CBS shows will no longer be on CBS next year, but they're moving to Paramount Plus. Those are going to be Clarice, the Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs. Clarice!
I can't not hear it.
Clarice! Clarice. I would like
sorry.
to eat your liver with a fine Chianti.
Stop it.
Clarice is moving its 2nd season to Paramount Plus.
Great.
And the David Boreanaz's hit TV show, Seal, is hit. It's not doing that great, but that is also going to be moving to Paramount Plus for its next season. But what's really interesting about this is it's not the moving to streaming. We've seen this a lot lately. Television shows move popular but not massively performing shows to streaming. What's interesting about this is that for SEAL Team, next season they're going to put the first 4 episodes on CBS, and then the rest of the season will be on Paramount Plus. And so they'll be using CBS, the TV network, as a pipeline to try and get people into Paramount Plus, which they have to do because no one wants Paramount Plus.
No.
Except Star Trek fans, but...
Nah. I consider myself a Star Trek fan.
Well, you don't like modern Trek, though. Like, you're not signing up for Picard and for,
Yeah, which I should. I should at least give it a chance, but Discovery, I was like, so...
Yeah, I want to finish... I'm really excited for Strange New Worlds. And I like the short Trek that we saw, starring,
My friend!
Your friend!
Sash Striga,
Sash Striga, who was on the podcast. If you want to go listen to our conversation with Sash Striga about what it's like to work on a Star Trek show, go check that podcast wherever podcasts are downloaded or the YouTube video on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paramount Plus is an interesting thing. The interesting thing about this story, aside from them putting the first 4 episodes on CBS, is that this will be the first year since 1996 that David Boreanaz is not the star of a television show.
On, like, TV.
On TV. This will be the first year that David Boreanaz is not the star of a network TV show.
Well, that must be really hard for him.
It has to be a record, right?
I'm assuming so.
I mean, not really, because there are actors who have been on TV that long, right? Like, actually, I don't know. But David Boreanaz was Angel in Buffy.
Really? That guy?
Yeah. He was Angel in Buffy, and then he was Angel in Angel, and then there was no break between Angel and Bones.
Yeah, Bones, yeah.
And then Bones and SEAL Team. The man has been on television for 25 straight years in 4 different TV shows.
Wow, he is so rich.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
He is so rich. TV makes so much money.
David Boreanaz is... It's the weirdest, like, it's my favorite fact that he never took a year between his shows, so he's just been on television forever. He's been on television for all but 4 of the years of my life as a star of a television show.
Wild.
Right? How insane is that?
That's impressive. It's impressive. He can get it.
On top of that, David Boreanaz, I love you.
I can't actually say that I've watched a show that he's done.
That's wild, because I've seen every episode of almost everything he's done. Except
Really?
SEAL Team. I've never
You
seen
watched
SEAL Team.
Bones?
I watched every episode of Bones.
Huh.
I watched all of it
Alright.
for David Boreanaz. Because I was so in love with him from Buffy when I was a kid.
Oh, fair. Okay.
And
That's fair.
Angel. Angel is so good. I went to... So the last New York Comic Con, 2019, he was doing a one-on-one interview. And so I was like, I have to be there. Like, I love this guy, right? Like, he's like one of my, like, Hollywood idols.
Yeah.
And so I went, and it was the most uncomfortable experience of my whole life. Because the interviewer was, like, straight up sexually harassing him. And it was uncomfortable.
That's awkward.
The whole audience was uncomfortable. He was uncomfortable. She was asking... She, like, just wanted to talk about what it was like to be, like, shirtless on Buffy. And he was like, I'm on a... That was, like, 20... Can we talk about, like, my show? She started the interview by running out and hugging the giant picture of him that was on the back wall.
Cringy.
And then sitting down. And then he sat down and she was like... I think at some point in the interview she was like, can you take your shirt off? And he was like, no. It was awful. I was like, please, can I interview him? Can I?
I could do this so much better.
Can you talk to him about like acting and like?
Yeah.
Can you not make him uncomfortable in the interview, please, woman?
So annoying.
I was, and like you could just tell, like, you know, there's like a few hundred people.
Everyone's sitting there. They're like,
yeah. You can no Richardson 7. I would not have asked the same things. You could just. Here's
not
the thing.
unless it was like the two of you getting drinks.
You can ask those questions. You can ask that question once if it's a joke, and if it's like the right vibe, and if they laugh, you move on.
Not
what
necessarily.
You don't do.
If someone asked me to take my shirt off in an interview, I'd be like,
No. But what she kept pushing on was like that. Like she basically was. It was basically a story about him auditioning, how he got Buffy, right? Because how he got Buffy was he was walking around downtown LA. And someone drove up to him in a car and offered him an audition. That's like the true story, right? And so she was just like being like, what were you wearing? What, like, she wanted like all of the weird details about like it.
Well,
and it just got weird and everyone was uncomfortable.
In other news, David and I are moving to LA. We're going to be making sure we get in our at least 30,000 steps every day. Just going to be doing a lot of walking. For no reason. Just...
I don't think that works anymore. Now it's all about Instagram followers.
I've got a few of those.
You do. Yeah.
God damn.
Call me when you have 10,000. And you have the swipe up.
Oh, I know. I'm hoping by the end of the year.
Got buff for Buffy. Yeah, it was bad. But I love that man. I love him so much.
Wow.
I really love Angel. The puppet episode.
Still never seen Buffy. We gotta fix that.
There's an episode of Angel where Angel gets turned into a puppet.
Oh, I hate it.
It's so good. It's like that the murders mystery, what was it called? The Happy Time Murders? That movie we saw with my uncle.
Oh.
With Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, okay.
It's like that. It's that the whole episode has that vibe. It's really it's a good episode of TV.
All right. It's a choice.
What street is this on? I'm going to need a job after this. Yeah. I think you have to look like David Boreanaz did back then.
I can work on that. You don't see the resemblance?
No.
That's too bad.
He's like two of you. He's broad. David Boreanaz he's a thick-shouldered gent.
I'm gonna start doing
He plays a Navy SEAL on television.
All right, I'm gonna start doing chin-ups. I'm gonna do at least 3 chin-ups.
All right, y'all. Let's go into the halfway point of our show here. Mm-hmm. Which means it's time for Clarus to make up the news. This is the first time we've done Clarus Makes Up the News on YouTube.
Oh my god.
What's up, YouTube audience?
We did a thing.
This is the segment where Clarus makes up the news.
I was not prepared for that. I thought we just like collectively all forgot about it. So it's like, great, I'm off the hook. I'm not gonna have to worry about this anymore. God damn it.
You thought I forgot?
Yeah.
Have you met me?
Yeah, well, because we talked about that other idea with like the movie posters or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're making up the news.
Okay.
I made a lower third for it.
I see that. I like that you called it segment so that I didn't know what it was going to be.
Yeah, I hit it.
It's very rude. I'm so not prepared.
For those of you who've never seen this before, I do a thing on this show where I make Clarus make up a news bit, but she doesn't love doing improv on the spot.
I really don't. I need like an inspiration.
Be inspired, babe. This is going well.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Cool.
I love this so much. I hate that I love this so much. I find this endlessly entertaining.
Just me sitting here uncomfortably?
Yeah. That's why I hate that I love it, but I still love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're being honest about it.
It usually takes about this long. Don't worry. It's not.
Oh my god, I have nothing. I'm like trying to find.
We talk about so much news. It's wild that you don't just have like things that you can.
Well, because I don't like. That's not how I like think about it.
We've been doing this for like 7 months.
I know. So how do you not know how this works?
How have you not developed a strategy for this is my question.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Here's the news.
Here we go.
So the news is, we all know Tom Holland. Tom Holland, star of
Spider-Man, Chaos Walking.
Yeah, he's lovely. You know, he's like one of those actors who actually like looks like he can like get away with like being in high school. It turns out he's actually much older than he is. And it turns out that David Boreanaz, the guy who's been on TV for 25 straight years, is actually Tom Holland. And Tom Holland hired the guys from Mrs. Doubtfire to make him like a face mask because he's like really wanted to be a TV star. So the news is that Tom Holland is actually 63 years old, and that he has a team of people who mold him a face mask like Mrs. Doubtfire style, and he's been really overworked lately, which is why David Boreanaz is not going to be on television this year, because Tom Holland has just been too busy to do Spider-Man and TV.
Wait. I have so many follow-up questions. You're telling me that not only is David Boreanaz not David Boreanaz.
No, it's Tom Holland.
But Tom Holland is... Wait, no, David Boreanaz is Tom Holland.
No, Tom Holland is David Boreanaz. David Boreanaz doesn't exist. It's a persona put on by Tom Holland because he's like, wow, everyone says I look so young. And, you know, he just really wanted to get into those, like, grittier, like...
So Tom Holland, before he was born...
No, that's why I'm saying Tom Holland is 63 years old. This has been a scheme that's been going on for the last 63 years, since the day of his birth.
So Tom Holland...
Big brain.
So Tom Holland, when he was, like, 10...
Yeah.
Decided to be reborn as David Boreanaz.
It's special effects makeup.
Grow up.
Yeah.
And then, at the age of 63, start going by his own name again for the first time?
No.
I'm just so confused.
No. Tom Holland emerged on the scene a few years ago. You know, he was like in his mid-50s when he started being known that he was Tom Holland, you know.
But his name was always Tom Holland, but he was pretending to be... Why wasn't he Tom Holland all this time and then restart over as David Boreanaz?
Because it's all about having a secret identity, David.
Then why is he using his real identity as his second fake identity?
Well, because he had so many people in his life over the last 50 years be like, wow, Tom Holland, you look so young, you should be an actor. So,
Wait, so he actually looks like Tom Holland?
Yeah, Tom Holland.
So he's a 63-year-old man who looks like a 20-year-old man who dresses like a 50-year-old man.
Exactly. I'm glad that you're following along.
Why?
Because...
Why?
Okay?
No! This is the weirdest thing you've ever said.
The weirdest? I don't know about that.
Why?
I do not know.
Wait,
about
okay, so Tom Holland looks like he's 20, but dresses like David Boreanaz for television?
Yeah, because nobody took him seriously. You can't look at Tom Holland and be like, yes, that looks like an adult businessman. Tom Holland looks like a little cutie, you know? And he was like, I'm over it. I'm 50. You know, it's time. It's time for people to take me seriously.
He would have been in his 20s when this happened.
Yeah. Looking like a 13-year-old. Can you imagine?
I'm so confused. You asked Clarence to make up the news, not explain it.
I don't make up the news. This is facts. This is proven.
For legal reasons, we have to say it's not.
No, I went on ask.com, and this is what it told me. Reddit also agrees. And
yes,
if it's on Reddit,
it's on Reddit. The place you should go for all of your news is Reddit.
That's where I go for my news, is Reddit. Is Reddit, what's the subreddit? I can't remember. Gatekeeping. Reddit gatekeeping is where I go for all my news.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You said some weird stuff in Make Up the News, but that was the weirdest.
Well,
that was the weirdest.
That's what happened.
Oh my god.
Bring stuff on me. I have to make it up mid-word.
I mean, you took a full 3 minutes to get started. I would not say you made it up mid-word.
No, I did. I didn't know what I was going to say until I spoke. So.
That's fair. All right, y'all. Well, Speaking of end of an eras, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. Ellen is ending her landmark television series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, Ellen has enough money to retire, and she probably would like some time to herself, so...
Well, and what's interesting is what Ellen said about the decision coming after... She's done over 3,000 episodes of the show.
Yeah.
Was that it's not challenging anymore. She said, it's not hard anymore.
It's easy.
And I would like to find something to challenge me. And the internet's response was, oh, is it not hard to do a TV show? Or are you so good? And to those people, I'm like, yeah, she's Ellen.
She's Ellen, and she's done it 3,000 times.
Ellen has been the #1 rated television show in daytime for like 15 years.
Yeah. Like, what's the saying that you need like 10,000 hours to like master a skill?
Yeah.
Do you know how many hours Ellen has put into like...
A little over 3,000.
No, that's live hours. That's only live hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, of course it's easy for her.
Here's the thing. Obviously someone sipped her psychedelics. Oh, I think Caleb was talking about to make up the new segment. Here's my thing.
Sorry.
The response of people online making fun of her for saying that it's easy to do a TV show.
Have never
when you
tried
are at the
hard
top,
at anything.
when
ever.
you are at the top of your no, they've tried.
No.
You can try. You could try your whole life. No one is ever going to do what Ellen did.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, no one is ever going to break the
No, I'm just being a dick.
the lesbian barriers that she did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, when Ellen came out of the closet, she lost her TV show over it. Her show was canceled. Her sitcom back in, I think it was the early 90s. She literally lost her job for being a lesbian woman. To go from that to being arguably the most well-known lesbian on the planet because she created a daytime television empire that drastically changed the landscape of daytime TV and how people view lesbians is a monumental like history-making achievement that should not be mocked. And yes, it's probably not hard for her to interview Dax Shepard for 5 minutes anymore. It just isn't. She's done it 3,000 times.
Yeah.
There is no part of her that needs to prove anything to anybody. She changed the game.
Yeah.
And like, if she doesn't feel challenged, I get it.
Yeah.
I've done 100 nightly morning shows, and I still feel challenged. I still love doing this. I still feel like we're not doing our best version. But when we get to 3,000 of these...
You better damn well think it's the best version, and it should be easy.
I hope we're at peak nightly morning show at episode 3,000.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
This episode today is not, but, at some point in the future, maybe.
I'm sorry, that's my fault.
It is easy to do a TV show when you are Ellen. For everyone else, it's not easy.
Well, and Ellen, she's very smart.
And very funny.
Very driven and very funny. And Ellen had all the skills and the drive to do something that no one else had ever done.
Yeah.
And, that's, wow, what a legacy to leave behind.
True.
And, yeah, she's clearly somebody who needs, stimulus. And if doing what she's done for the past however many years is not giving you that stimulus anymore, find something else. Find something else that you love. Find a challenge. You know what I mean? I'd be surprised if she said doing the Ellen show was still difficult for her. Sandra
does bring up the controversy surrounding her show. I don't think that played a huge part in it. Probably, that, I feel like they came back from that controversy. It's been about a year of shows since that controversy.
Wasn't somebody just Ellen is really mean? Wasn't that the controversy?
No, there was a lot of... It wasn't Ellen. It was producers behind the scenes of her show. And there were some sexual assault or sexual abuse allegations.
I didn't know that.
In the behind-the-scenes stuff involving producers who worked on her show that she claims to not be aware of. Mm-hmm. There are allegations from people involved that she should have been aware of, but no one outright came and said, no, Ellen knew this date. The controversies around her show are a little bit tough because it doesn't really seem like it was her. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, she has come out and said, it's really hard when you put your image out there as being the person who's nice. It's impossible to keep that up all the time. It is impossible to be nice all the time, and anytime...
especially when you are not just you, but you are all the extensions of you that you have hired, and you can't be there and present for every moment of the day.
Yeah, so the controversies might have been a part of this decision. I mean, unless she like writes a tell-all memoir, we won't know. But I don't know. I have a feeling it's just time. It's time. You know what I mean? Like, I get it.
Yeah. I totally understand that. Yeah, it would be like if you and I did a like musical for 3,000 shows. You know what I mean?
Like the Pumbaa on the Lion King tour?
Yeah, who's done like what 6,000?
20,000? No, it can't be that high.
No, 6,000.
6,000.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like at that point, it's literally just muscle memory.
Or George, what's his last name? There was one actor who was in the first 25 years of Phantom of the Opera on Broadway.
Yeah.
I worked with him on Sweeney Todd, and he told me, he was like, yeah, I put my kids through college, it was worth it. And I was like, I get it.
Totally.
I get it.
I understand that completely. But here's the thing. Ellen made her money. She can go do whatever the hell she wants now. So
100%. This show is running a little bit long, so let's burn through some news that we need to talk about.
Great.
Disney Plus will be getting the day and date premiere of Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise will be going to theaters and Disney Plus at the same time, much like Black Widow. Jungle Cruise is the ride, right? There's the Jungle Cruise ride in Disney parks.
Okay.
They've turned that into a movie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
We have seen the trailer for that.
Yeah. I'm really excited for this movie, just because I like the actors, but I don't really care about Jungle Cruise, the ride, so...
Yeah.
I hope it's good.
I don't know if I've ever ridden that ride. I've been to Disneyland twice that I remember, and
Jungle Cruise is
once.
great. Jungle Cruise is a great ride. I'm just like, it's sort of like Pirates of the Caribbean, where the movie has to not really be affiliated with the ride. Like, Pirates of the Caribbean and the movie are very different.
Yeah.
All right. In other very related Disney news, Shang-Chi not going to Disney Plus.
Thank
So,
God.
Disney is going to be Jungle Cruise, which is coming out this summer, will be on both theaters and Disney Plus at the same time. But Shang-Chi is going to be exclusive to theaters in the fall for 45 days. So for the first 45 days of its release, it is theater exclusive, and then after that, Disney will put it out as probably PVOD, and then eventually on Disney Plus.
At least it's longer than a month.
Yeah.
45 days is not...
45 days is longer than the 30-day deal that some chains struck late last year.
Okay.
So this is it's not bad. Free Guy, the Ryan Reynolds movie that we're really excited for. We love those trailers. Free Guy is also going to be exclusively in theaters. It will not premiere on a streaming service.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Even if that means we have to wait to watch it, I am still very happy for those decisions.
And speaking of movies on streaming services, Enola Holmes, the Sherlock Holmes movie starring Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill as the titular, or not the titular. Millie Bobby Brown is the titular character in this, but Henry Cavill is playing Sherlock. Is coming back for a sequel on Netflix,
which I'm surprised.
And Henry Cavill and Millie Bobby Brown are both going to appear in that sequel.
Huh. All right.
I'm not surprised. Why are you surprised?
Well, because we watched the first one and we're kind of like, meh.
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
It was fine.
For a movie you could show to like 9 to 13-year-olds.
Sure.
Like, it was pretty good. And honestly, like, if I'm Netflix and I'm like, all right, I have Henry Cavill and Millie Bobby Brown, two of the hottest stars on the planet.
Yeah.
I'm bringing them back.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? If I don't have a script, I don't have a title, I don't have anything, I'm still saying put dates down for those actors. We'll figure it out.
Okay, that's fair.
They are money in the bank kind of actors, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch it.
And
probably.
Netflix wants to keep its relationship with Millie Bobby Brown going.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if Millie Bobby Brown is mostly just doing Netflix stuff, Netflix is going to keep making money.
Yeah.
People love her, and she's great.
And we're going to end with the big one. The box office.
Y'all ready for this?
Because it's not super exciting.
Aww.
Because it was a weekend at the box office. Spiral, which some industry people were hoping would be able to be in the 15 million range for the weekend.
Spiral?
What?
What's that?
The Saw movie?
Oh, that came out, right.
People were hoping that Spiral would be in the 15 million range, but then estimates later in the week before it came out said that it was going to be about 6. Thankfully, it wasn't that low. It did come in at $8.7 million.
Okay.
Which is, people are hoping for this resurgence of the American box office.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like that is happening right now, in as much as we would love. But Spiral did make $8.7 million, which is similar to what Wrath of Man made last weekend, the Jason Statham movie. Whether or not that is... here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. I think that if Chris Rock wasn't in this movie, it would have made nothing. I don't think there is a lot of excitement for Saw anymore. I think that franchise has happened. I think the excitement of this movie was like Chris Rock in a Saw movie. Okay. Wrath of Man is in number 2. It dropped 55% to $3.7 million. And the new Angelina Jolie movie, Those Who Wish Me Dead, came in with $2.8 million, well below expectations for that.
I didn't even know that was coming out, so...
Yeah. Interestingly, number 4 is Demon Slayer, which is still doing well, dropped 42%, has $1.7 million in the bank this weekend. Number 5, not Mortal Kombat.
No.
You would expect Mortal Kombat to be right up there with Demon Slayer, but Mortal Kombat actually dropped to number 7, below Raya the Last Dragon, which is still in the top 5 after 11 weeks in release, which is good for that movie. Godzilla vs. Kong is number 6 this weekend. Mm-hmm. It actually dropped below Raya. Godzilla vs. Kong was number 4 last week.
Yeah.
So Raya managed to kind of stay in that sweet spot, only dropping 10%. And Mortal Kombat is number 7 with 1.3 million. But that's not what you care about.
No, that's not what we're here for.
In number 16.
Oof.
Number 16. The Croods: A New Age. Croods 2, the movie we've been talking about since the day it released, because at the time it was the only movie we could talk about, came in just 10% less than last week.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So, still making similar money. It's at $160,000, which means that The Croods 2 has officially passed $58 million. All right? And now here's the question we've been asking on our show. Can Croods 2 beat Tenet? Why? We don't know.
Because the memes. Everything is for the memes.
We haven't seen it. But can it be Tenet? And this is what's interesting to me, right? So I've been doing some digging on how much money Tenet made. And there are some disparities.
Really?
Depending on what site you go to, Tenet has a different box office queue. On Box Office Mojo, which is owned by IMDb, which is how most people check these numbers, which is where I go for a lot of these numbers, it has $58.45 million.
Yeah.
But on thenumbers.com, which some people say is the more accurate site because it is not as influenced by IMDb, it has $57.9 million. So, depending on what site you go to, The Croods 2 does have a higher box office number than Tenet.
Okay, so we can kind of be selective then, is what I'm hearing.
No, I'm saying Croods 2 still has a chance to pass the box office Mojo number.
The Mojo number.
It's only $400,000.
Yeah.
Which is if Croods can go 3 more weeks, which would put it at 28 weeks in release. If Croods can stay in cinemas for over half a year. Actually, this weekend will be Croods' 6th month. It will have been in theaters for a half a year this upcoming weekend.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're holding out because they want to pass Tenet.
They can't even be thinking about that.
You don't know that?
No, they can't. They don't care. There's no way they care about that. There's no way they care about beating themselves.
Themselves?
Yeah, Croods and Tenet are owned by the same company.
Okay,
I think.
fine. I don't know. That's something that I don't know. But...
Oh no, Croods is Universal. It is Universal. So I would love for Croods to beat Tenet.
Well, in my heart, it already has.
So Richard Sim 7 says that they use the numbers instead. So according to the numbers.com, which people say is the more accurate site, Croods 2 wins. Croods 2 has beat Tenet this weekend.
Wow, we didn't get anything to celebrate.
It's because I didn't know it was going to happen.
Well, if it beats Mojo's numbers, then we'll have to do something to celebrate.
Yeah, we will. We'll watch the movie.
Yeah, we'll watch the movie.
If it passes $58.4 million, we will watch The Croods 2.
Yeah. A
movie we have been talking about for half a year.
Yeah. Maybe it'll go on Prime and we can do a watch along.
Oh, that would be great. We could do a watch along with the community on Twitch. That would be fun.
Yeah.
It's one of those funny things where, like, we will react to we reacted to 60 seconds of Black Widow last night. Haven't seen the Croods.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Yep, you're not wrong. Damn, they're so close. I think they can keep going.
Box Office Mojo hid things behind the IMDb Pro paywall after the refresh. Yes, they did. They also ruined Box Office Mojo. Box Office Mojo was amazing until IMDb ruined it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it even any good? Or how are the ratings? No clue, Miller.
No, I think we looked it up and they're pretty good. Like, people like it.
I don't. Yeah.
But they're not like outstanding.
Yeah, I feel like watching the Croods at this point for me is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it better stand out.
It has to be like amazing, right?
We have to like it more than Tenet, because otherwise.
That's a lot of pressure to put on a movie.
I think they can hold up.
But y'all, I think that's where we're gonna end our show. That's the box office. That's the news. What's up, Muddles? Welcome in, Muddles. The Croods 2 still making money.
Still making money.
That's the news. But Muddles, you came in. I'm so sorry, Muddles, but this is the end of the show.
Shall we?
We are going to. I was about to say raid out of here, but we can't raid.
Yep, that's not how YouTube works.
What do? How do we end the show now?
We do a theme song.
IMDb was great until IMDb ruined it.
Oh God.
That's very funny.
Yeah, I don't know. YouTube is a mystery to me. But thanks guys for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much, y'all. This was a fun show.
Yeah.
Clarissa is gonna be on Twitch today.
I am. I'm gonna be continuing on with my Pokemon Nuzlocke. I really want to get through a bunch of it, and because I want to play more Subnautica. So please come hang out with me on Twitch. It's gonna be super fun, and yes, we got our shots.
Yes, get vaccinated, y'all.
Yeah.
Get vaccinated.
Do the thing.
We are Pfizer for streamers. Pfizer streamers.
It's a bit of a stretch, but sure.
I thought that was funny. Sing VeggieTales.
We're Pfizer friendly.
We would get DMCA'd.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
God damn it.
You can't just sing VeggieTales.
I don't know. You never know. Some songs.
They're Christians. They're ruthless about copyright.
Like, yeah, that Bible shit, we own it. Oh God, I'm sorry. I need to be stopped.
Why you don't? You need to be started.
Why do you let me speak publicly?
Because that's how we make money. Pfizer folk.
Pfizer
Richardson
folk.
7. Yes, we are Pfizer folk.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, because there's the Moderna mamas. What if you have a natural vaccination?
What is that sorcery?
Did you lick COVID? Like,
Ew.
you're Pfizer-sized. Pfizerized. Pfizerized. I can't read. I was like, Pfizer-sized.
I love it.
What is the size of Pfizer?
What?
It was the size of Pfizer. And I'm hanging on a moment with you.
What? Alright.
I have no idea.
Thank you for such a great show today, guys. Like I said, I'll be live later. We're also doing the cosplay stream on Wednesday, so don't miss it.
Come watch Triss Marigold play and romance Triss Marigold in Witcher 3.
Yeah, I'm going to start the Triss quest in Triss cosplay.
I am going to be streaming tomorrow, starting Pokemon Sapphire, because I beat Ruby after 3 weeks.
Yep.
After three long weeks, we beat Ruby, so...
Yeah, hopefully...
no more resets in Gen 3, please.
Yes, yeah. Hopefully you can get through it. Alright.
Y'all, if you are, go just open and like a YouTube video on the channel. We can't raid, so, go comment on something in our channel.
Yeah, just, say hi in the comments of a YouTube video.
Go to any video that Clarus is in, and just comment, nice butt, for me.
Great, yeah.
And quote it. Be like, nice butt, Clarus's husband.
Nerdy. Oh my God. We have a bunch of weird comments on our videos. We already have a bunch of weird comments on our videos.
Yeah, that's true. That's not even weird compared to what people usually write on our videos.
Yeah.
Ruby victory, hoip! Y'all, we will see you later. Twitch.tv/nerdynightly, twitch.tv/ClarShakaris. The spelling is up here. As always, my name's Nerdy.